Hello, my name is Sebbi, and welcome back to the coffee break in Minecraft. Today is Wednesday, October 31st, 2018. In other words, today is Halloween. I am super happy about Halloween. I don't know why I all the time enjoy this particular event. It's nothing major. It's nothing super special. Not like Minecraft. Easy. It's not. Am I? Why? Okay. I think Minecraft once again has some issues here. At least music is playing. This music. Okay. Now I got those arrows. This was weird. This was very weird. But I think we are still there. Music is still playing, so everything's good. Yeah, I don't know why Halloween is so special because it's not Christmas or so. So it's not one of those major days where you think, okay, I do have all the time great memories. I see family again, or a lot of good food or something like this. No, it's Halloween. Maybe it's because I do have some great memories of celebrating Halloween with my friends and with my ex. So yeah, maybe that's why I enjoy Halloween and why I have so many great memories and great events. Maybe that's the reason. The only sad thing about it is that I don't have plans for this year's Halloween. Maybe I can meet up with a friend. We are doing this teaching, this AR VR teaching learning seminar together. Maybe we can do something tonight, but yeah, need to see about that, because yeah, all the other people are leaving this town or are, I don't know, not interested in Halloween, not interested in doing anything that is related to going out or so. So yeah, I don't know. And even if we do something, I mean, I don't have a costume or anything. I think the only thing would be to grab some, I don't know, grab some makeup from someone and try to do something spooky or so. I don't know. I really don't have no idea, but I guess it would be just interesting to go out and see if others are running around in costumes, if there are some spooky creatures running around. So this would be quite cool. So yeah, not quite sure if something will happen. Also, I do have the feeling that Halloween over here in Germany is on a decline. At least I saw some carved pumpkins last weekend. This was cool. This was nice, as I was out hiking and well, not hiking, but I went for a quick stroll and I saw some pumpkins. They look cool, right? They look really cool. So at least some decoration is going on here, but I do have the impression that it's more and more on a decline. Still, I would really like to do something. So yeah, need to see what I can do. Also, the good thing about Halloween in Germany is that the next day, so November 1st, is a bank holiday. It's all the time a bank holiday, so you can really enjoy your Halloween and do crazy Halloween-like stuff or so. So that's cool. That's nice. And yeah, because then there's only Friday. I took the day off on Friday, and so it's a super long weekend. I'm super excited about this. I think this will be super cool. I haven't informed my grandparents, but I really like to go hiking their area and visiting them again. So maybe I do this for 1 or 2 days, and then yeah, not quite sure what I will do on the other days. Well, I do have one thing that I definitely have to do, and that is write a paper or continue to write a paper. I like to submit one of the 2 papers that got rejected recently. yeah, I like to resubmit them to a journal, and I like to do this weekend because I need to get it out of my way, as November, like last year, will be just insane. I'm not quite sure why this has happened to me, and why, how. I'm just a lot of questions, because after last year's November, which was just crazy in terms of, yeah, okay, we do have 6 weeks to prepare an experiment, to develop an experiment, to conduct the experiment, to evaluate the experiment, and to write the paper, because conference deadline at the end of November. And I thought, okay, this was crazy. It was super stressful. At least we managed to do it. We managed to complete it, and yeah, but never do it again. Well, there's the other paper that got rejected, along with the one that I like to resubmit this weekend. We like to resubmit it for this particular conference at the end of November. Well, here in this case, there are just a few adjustments that we need to make. We already spoke to our advisor, and he agreed with our suggestions. So that's good. That's good. In general, the paper is in pretty good shape, and it was quite weird that it got rejected, but oh well. So yeah, this is coming up, and then, well, suddenly the project of my master student, I'm supervising his master thesis, is super cool, and it suits that conference. So to make long story short, this project, well, we have to do another evaluation run, is intended to be submitted to this conference, which means, yeah, hey, I do have only 1 month left to get this somehow done. And it's the first paper my student will be writing, and yeah, I don't know how this will pan out. But it sounds a little bit, based on the time and all the work, like last year's November. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what I should feel about that. Hey, this looks awesome. This is a nice hole. Yeah, so I guess you will hear several times over the course of the next few. Hey, this is a sweet spot. This would be a cool spot for a super hidden house or so. Neat. That's neat. I like this. I like this spot. That's awesome. There's even a bridge. Cool. Cool place. Yeah, how stressful everything is, but yeah, it really is. It really is. So yeah, that's what's coming up. I noticed an interesting thing yesterday. We had, of course, the seminar. This time it was the first time that they came together as groups and started to work on their projects and proposed their first ideas. So this was good. They all have great ideas. However, I noticed some of the AR projects, or also VR projects, are quite similar to what we have seen before. That's nothing bad. I mean, there's only this amount of content, or this amount of things you can teach and you have to do. So I guess that's an explanation why there's not so much change. But I really noticed that the first time it was really like, hey, cool, that's a great augmented reality project. That's cool. Now it was like, okay, yes, you're doing augmented reality to visualize 3D geometry. Cool. Well done. Great. So it's not that it's not a great thing the students are doing. It's just that, okay, we had this already. Please, can we? It was not as amazing as it was before, and this was a weird and interesting observation. But yeah, that's just just a little thing that occurred to me this time. So yeah, that's interesting. That's very interesting. So yeah, that's I guess all that. Oh dear, Minecraft. Are we still okay? We are still there. This game. This is so crazy. Why those lags? What is going on, Minecraft? Yeah, I guess that's all that has happened since last time. Oh, yes, Lewis Hamilton indeed is world champion. He did it. I mean, it was not a surprise. Would have been really surprised if he wouldn't have made it this weekend, last weekend. So, but yeah, cool, well done, congratulations. Really great race. The race itself was also cool, so was nice to watch it. Really enjoyed it. Great time, really great time. And yeah, so let's end off this day and answer some questions. The first question I like to answer today is once again from Matthew. Matthew is super active, which is super cool because this makes things super interesting, and he all the time has cool questions I really enjoy to answer, so and where I can talk a lot about. His question refers to the last paper I presented you. This was the one with the transition techniques for transitioning between two individual virtual environments, and where we had a virtual head-mounted display, the turn-around metaphor, and the simulated blink. And his question was, is this mainly game design research? And well, the answer is no, not really. Basically, this research belongs to 3D user interfaces and 3D user interface design. So it's more about how can you design interfaces that work in a three-dimensional environment. This can be just like here in Minecraft, or it can be in virtual reality, or immersive virtual reality, where you're using your head-mounted displays and so on. So it really belongs to this part, and this not only is used for computer games. I mean, of course, computer games are one of the most applications where 3D user interfaces appear, but also if you do have some projects about rehabilitation, therapy, or anything else, training, knowledge training, skill training, you need to have some interface, and they all use those 3D UI guidelines, of course. And yeah, especially for therapy. I mean, let's say you have someone who's using virtual reality for the very first time. So it would be really good before maybe getting to the environment where the therapy takes place, or where the stimulus takes place. They need to accustom to the virtual reality environment. So they immerse themselves, put on the HMD, and then yeah, it's helpful for them to be in a similar environment to where they put on the head-mounted display. So it's good to recreate the office, the room, the lab, wherever they are located in the virtual reality, and use this as the initial virtual environment. Then from this point, after having accustomed to VR, they need to somehow get to the stimulus environment. And it would be super bad, in our case with the transition techniques, when this transition would have a negative effect on them, like causing a high degree of simulator sickness, or breaking the illusion of being inside of a virtual environment, or having a different effect. In this case, it's quite important to do this research, and of course, game design could benefit from it. I mean, it would be cool when we see one of our metaphors in one of a future computer game or so. This would be super awesome, but it's more about um, making progress and advancing the knowledge in 3D user interfaces. And I mean, here in Minecraft, I already tried to explain this to you. There are different ways. I mean, on the one hand, you have this basically non-diegetic interface, which is this this overlay where you see the health bar, where you see my items. I can scroll through it. I see the hunger bar. I see the experience bar, and this is all the time fixed. It's basically a layer on top of the this is a nice trap. It's basically a layer on top of the simulation, so it's not directly part of the world itself. The sword here and the map on my left hand, that's inside of the game, so that's basically part of the environment. This is a diegetic thing, and those two things to just see, okay, is something that is a layer on top, is this influencing the experience you have when you use the thing? That's also an important thing, where you, I mean, just seeing this text here, the interface, the bar, is basically reducing a little bit the immersion, the naturalness, the believability of what we see, because diegetic interfaces are better. And this also goes for information, like okay, I don't have a thing, a sign right now, but if I would now put a sign here, this would be a sign now, then I would have text display inside the virtual world. It would be part of the game. It would be part of the virtual environment. So you can have just an overlay like this map. When I would put the map in the other hand, it would give me some information. Or when I would use a book or so in Minecraft and read that book, also I would get some information. But it's more like an overlay then, which is all the time there. So it's not like a thing that is inside of the environment. I hope you get what I mean. And those things are super interesting, at least from my perspective, to research. And in this case, yeah, it's not necessarily game design. It's an overall application, and I think I gave a way more extensive explanation of this entire project, of this entire field of research than really deserved. I mean, the question was just, is it about game design? No, it's not just about game design. Also, it's important for research itself. I mean, if you use these transition techniques for an experiment, and this the technique confounds your experiment, then this would be bad. I mean, so yeah, that's also nice view, really nice view. Like that, like this a lot. Ugh, this could have been painful. I was lucky. I was very lucky. Ow. So yeah, that's this. That's this question. Let's see. Okay, I answered already this conference question. I haven't deleted it from my text file. Let's see. Is there? Okay, what are your favorite conspiracy theories? Not necessarily ones you believe in, but do you have some that you find interesting or funny? Conspiracy theories. Do I have a favorite conspiracy theory? That's a good question. Man never landed on the moon. I mean, that's maybe one of my favorite ones. No, I really enjoy movies that deal with conspiracy theories. I mean, most thrillers do, and they discuss conspiracy theories. They evolve around conspiracy theories. So that's sure a thing I enjoy. But aside from movies, that's That's a tough question. I'm not really a conspiracy guy, so a landing of aliens, so Area 51, all this stuff, not really my cup of tea. There is one thing. I'm not quite sure if this is really a conspiracy theory, but just the entire thing that evolves around the Catholic Church and their famous archives and library and all those things they hide inside of their archives, and where only the Pope himself has access to or needs to grant permission to get into it, and what all information they hide and what kind of knowledge they hide. I think this not really is a conspiracy theory, but I find it quite fascinating to just think about what vast knowledge, what interesting knowledge potentially is inside their archives, and we don't have access to it, and we don't even know if there is something interesting in it, if maybe there's some knowledge that would harm the church, that would harm religion or so. I don't know. I'm really not sure, but I think this is one of my favorite things, not really because I'm religious or because I believe in those things. It's more from this knowledge point of view that there's so much knowledge hidden somewhere. I guess this is one of my favorite things, I would say, when it comes to conspiracy theories and so on. Is there more? There's something else I find interesting or so. I don't know. I think this man never been on the moon situation is pretty straightforward, but also a little bit boring. It was used many times. It's not that interesting anymore. So I'm quite sure there are some other conspiracy things, but I don't know. I'm not even sure if this. I don't think that it's based on a on a real thing. I just treat it as the theory, but I read a book about. It was also a thriller, so it has something to do with conspiracy theories. There's during World War II, a plane went missing while it was flying over Iceland, and somehow got lost in a glacier. So the glacier basically took the plane, and in this book the plane had some ideas how to somehow transport some of the leaders of the Third Reich to different places or so. I mean, I'm not quite sure, but there at least is some, well, not about this Third Reich situation. It's more about the thing that some planes went missing in a glacier because they had to land there. People might have survived, but due to bad weather and so on, plane got lost. And maybe what kind of things are inside those planes might be interesting. So this might be also a thing. But yeah, I think my favorite thing is still the archive in the Vatican. I think that's yeah, I go for this. In this case, I think we are at the end of this episode. I hope you do have a very, very spooky and happy Halloween. I hope you can really enjoy it. I hope you can do something special, have a great time, and that you will remember this year's Halloween. This would be super awesome. In this case, yeah, thank you so much for watching. Until then, my name is Sebbi. See you!